Lakeisha Halen, Office of the Public Defender.
All right, sir, please tell me your name.
DeAndre McNeil.
All right. All right, Mr. McNeil, you're here in 2019 MM 7626AO. You're arrested for cruelty to animals. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And so in this case, you're not to have any contact with Felicia McNeil or return back to 1014 Bentley Street. If you need to go back with law enforcement, I'll let you do so. You need to contact them ahead of time. Make sure you don't go over there by yourself. No contact with any witnesses in the case. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You may not own or possess or have contact with any animals whatsoever. Your bond is set at $2,500. Any possess, own, or have any contact with any animals. All right, please tell me your name.
Derek Hendrickson.
All right, Mr. Hendrickson, you're here. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County, and you have no bond in that case. And Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up. If they don't do so in that time frame, then you'll come back before a judge, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, ma'am. Tell me your name, please.
Nicole Anise.
Is your last name McKelly? Okay. Ms. McKelly, you're here in two cases, 2019 MM 7555AO. You're arrested for battery in that case. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent, well, you didn't fill out a form for the Public Defender. Do you want me to appoint them to represent you?
I fill out a correct form.
Sorry? Do you want me to appoint the Public Defender? Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office, 2019 MO 1578AO. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the PD to represent you in that case as well. I'll stay the bonds at $500 and $250. You may not have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You may
Yana,
not possess any weapons
I
or
have been
firearms.
attacked.
Okay, you can please be quiet.
Beaten.
Okay.
No, I got tase marks.
All right,
on
wait,
me.
we'll have
My
her leave the
toenails
courtroom, thank
are
you.
chipped off. How can you say you found probable cause and I'm abused?
She's
I
not-
like somebody to come check on me.
She's not to return back to the Amway Center or have any contact with any victim or witness in the battery case. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition.
She's on my bond too.
Huh?
She's on
Oh,
my bond.
I don't have one out on bond.
It's 2019 CF 7239AO.
Oh, okay.
Your Honor.
Usually give me a bond sheet.
She's been reset for, seems like a good couple of days now.
Let me pull the case up. bond for battery with one prior that's been filed on by the state. There's been no finding of incompetency in the case whatsoever. There's been a motion filed, but there's been no findings. So I am revoking the bond and setting that at none. Yes,
You stay with the bonds?
yeah, I did stay the bonds. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Alexander Chapman.
All right, Mr. Chapman, you're here in 2019 CF 13106AO. You're arrested for possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I don't have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
No, I filled out a form.
Okay. Let's see if we have a form for him.
Who's it?
Mr. Chapman? All right, well, we don't have a form for you. How much do you get, do you work, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What did you put down as your income?
It's basically zeros.
Okay, all right. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I'll stay the bonds at 1,000 and 150. You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription.
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name.
Leonard A. Conklin.
All right, Mr. Conklin, you're here in 2019 CF 12240, and you were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for lewd and lascivious exposure to minors by electronic device. I will appoint the public
I'm
defender's
sorry,
office.
I'm hard of hearing and I'm having
Okay.
trouble understanding what
Well,
you're
we can get you
saying,
some
Your Honor.
headphones. Get you some headphones if you can't hear me.
Okay,
You want some headphones?
that might help.
Mr. Conklin, can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You're here in case number 2019 CF 12240, and you were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was previously found for lewd and lascivious exposure to minors by electronic device. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to use the Pal Talk application, okay, or any computer application that allows you to speak to anybody, okay?
Yes, Your
You're
Honor.
not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You're not to have any contact with any minor child under the age of 18.
Yes, Your Honor.
And your bond is set at $10,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right? Huh? P-A-L, whatever, P-A-L.
Serious charges, right? Going to public defender's office, okay? Do not talk about facts, okay?
I live in Minnesota.
Okay? Okay.
All right, please, oh, sorry.
Hold on, I'm losing my shoe.
tell me your name, ma'am?
Jenny James.
All right, Miss James, you're here in 2019 CF 13115. You're arrested for grand theft, second degree of $20,000 or more, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause, and I don't have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
No, Your Honor, I completed,
You filled out a form?
yes, and I thought that I would be able to speak to the public defender before.
He's right next to you. We don't have a bunch of forms. I don't know what's going on. Okay. We seem to be missing, huh? Right, but we can never read that. Even in 2019, we still can't read that. Ah, there we go. Forms. Thank you. You can give them to her. This is Miss James. Okay. All right, ma'am, you do qualify for the public defender, and I'm gonna appoint them to represent you. And you're
Thank
not
you.
to return back to Manheim of Orlando Auto Auction at 11801 West Colonial Drive in Ocoee, Florida, or have any contact with any listed victim, witness, or your co-defendant in the case. And that's Mr. Jared Barrett, so no contact with him. Your bond will be set at $5,000 on count 1 and $300 on count 2.
Your Honor, for the record, my client brought to my attention, and I'm looking at it right now, I just want to make sure I'm not mistaken. The affidavit said that she had been arrested and she had multiple arrests. I'm not sure if it says convictions, but I'm looking at the sheet right now, it doesn't show any convictions, how I'm reading it right now.
Okay, what does that have to do with probable cause?
I just want to bring it to her attention. She was bringing it so she knows.
Okay, she can
Okay.
bring that, I mean,
Yep, I
that's
just wanted
not
to bring it
really part of,
Yep, yes,
so
Your Honor.
I don't know where law enforcement may or may not have gotten any information about that, but that doesn't go into, she doesn't have a, she's not from this area. Looks like she's from Arkansas. So I don't know what other information they
I
may or may not
apologize, Your
have.
Honor. I sometimes have a hearing, I do have a diagnosed hearing disability, and I didn't understand what you said. I apologize.
Huh?
She's fine, Your Honor. I
Okay,
explained to her.
okay, all right.
I thought she was asking you something. Okay, I need to pay you on yourself. Okay. Is this one? Okay.
It's definitely Monday.
Your Honor, Raymond Lopez, mental health.
Okay, we'll reset Mr. Lopez. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Anthony Green.
All right, Mr. Green. You're here in 2019 MO 1593. Oh, and you were arrested for state misdemeanors. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Is there an offer for Mr. Green?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. May I have a moment?
Sure.
Thank you. Your Honor, my client pleads no contest and accepts the offer.
Okay.
Thank you.
showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the
Yes, I
plea
did.
form?
Yes,
Okay, let
ma'am.
me finish my question and then you can answer, because we
Okay.
can't talk over each other, okay? Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Say it again.
Do you understand all of the rights that
Yes,
you're
I do.
giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a US citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I'm gonna order that you pay your court costs by September 16th, 2020, okay? That gives you a year to pay them off. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Green.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So,
Your Honor, Curtis Young is behavior.
all right, I'm gonna find that's a waiver. In 2019 MM 7635AO, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. Ms. Haley, did you want to waive his appearance for purposes of the record, even though
Yes, Your Honor.
behaving improperly and can't conduct himself in court? I do find probable cause for the offense of trespass on property after warning and disorderly conduct. He's not to return back to Wawa at 6500 West Sand Lake Road. He's not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness, and he's to abide by any trespass warning. And I'll stay the bond at 500 and 100. Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Heather Carey.
All right, Ms. Gary, you're here in 2019 MM 617AA. You're arrested for criminal mischief, over 200, under 1,000. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact. I don't believe the state has an offer today. Okay. So you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to return back to the victim's residence. And I believe that's 1508 Tropic Isle Drive. And I will stay the bond at the $500.
They did not fingerprint me or read me my rights when I came in.
Okay, well, you're not, unless they question you and you answer questions about the facts of the case, Miranda rights are not required under the law. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Robert Lee Hendricks.
All right, Mr. Hendricks, you're here in a couple cases. Looks like 2019 MM 7605AO. You're arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause for the offense. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I'll stay the bond at the 500. In 2019 CF 13064AO and 2019 CF 13065AO, you're charged with arson in the first degree for 2 counts of those, and one in each case. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in both of those cases. You're not to return back to downtown Chicken and Things at 646 West Washington Street or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'll stay the bonds at 5,000 on each count. please tell me your name, sir.
James Houston.
All right, Mr. Houston, you're here in 2019 CF 130881AO. You're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. If you find probable cause, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to 929 West Colonial Drive, the Ambassador Hotel. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. And I will stay the bond at the 1,000. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Jared Barrett.
All right, Mr. Barrett, you're here in 2019 CF 13103AO. You're arrested for grand theft second degree, $20,000 or more, resisting an officer without violence, in possession of amphetamine. If you find probable cause, I will appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim, witness, or your co-defendant, Jenny James. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you're not to return back to Mannheim of Orlando Auto Auction at 11801 West Colonial Drive in Ocoee, Florida. Your bond on count 1 is $5,300 on each additional count. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
It's Fred Blanc.
All right, Mr. Blanc, you're here in 2019 CF 520AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a pretrial conference on July 24th, 2019. The judge did set your bond at none on each count. You do have the public defender in that case, and I'm assuming as well on the other one too. Okay, we'll see. In 2019 CF 521AO, you were also arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for pretrial on July 24, 2019. And you do have the PD in that case as well, and the bonds are set at none in that case. And your attorneys can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you in either case.
Your Honor, that was 0 for the bond, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's no bond on each case.
Because this was, that was for the,
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Paul Dwayne Brinson.
All right, Mr. Brinson, you're here in 2019 CF 13098AO. You're arrested for tampering with a witness in a life capital felony proceeding and assault, and I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to 421 East Kennedy Boulevard, number 102. Have any contact with any victim or any witness or any of the victim's family members. You're not to have any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond on count 1 will be $7,500. Your bond on count 2, I'll stay at the $500. You're out on bond. In 2019 CF 6650AO, I'm revoking the bond and setting that at none. You do have an attorney, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you. 7,500. please tell me your name, sir.
Timothy Capron?
Mr. Chapin, you're here in 2019 CF 13092AO. You're arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to drive without a valid driver's license. Your bond will stay set at $2,500. All right, please tell me your name.
Charles Eubank.
Mr. Eubank. 2019 CF 13097AO, you're arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I will stay the bond at $1,000 and $100. All right, please tell me your name, ma'am.
Vicky Grimsley.
All right, Ms. Grimsley, you're here in 2019 CF 13102AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. You're not to return back to the victim's residence. I believe you reside in the same complex.
Yeah, I was living there first, ma'am.
Great, well, I'm saying you can't go back to the victim's residence. It
Oh,
looks like
no, no,
The
ma'am.
victim's residence is 7101 South Orange Blossom Trail, 238, okay? You can't go there.
No,
Okay?
no, I don't want to, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And your bond on count 1 is staying at $2,500 and $500 on count 2. All right, please tell me your name.
Lindsay Miller?
Do we know what happened to Carrie McMurrin? Okay. Ms. McMurrin's refused to come to court. She has a private attorney, okay. So it looks like she failed to appear for a status hearing, a drug court status hearing on August 29, 2019, and 2017 CF 13974AO. The judge did set her bond at none. She has a private attorney who can file any motions on her behalf. And I find a waiver. All right, you're Miss Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Miller, you're here in 2019 CF 13105AO. You're arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer. Thank you. Driving under the influence and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. For those offenses, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to have any contact with any listed witnesses in the case. Your bond on count 1 is set at $15,000. Count 2 will remain at $100 and count 3 at $100. They filed an on-view violation of probation. Looks like you're on probation in Osceola County based on the new law offenses. I do find probable cause for the on-view violation of probation. And your bond will be set at none at this time on that case. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Luis Perez.
Mr. Perez. you're here in 2019 CF 13101AO. You're arrested for burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, and battery. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You're not to return back to 2200 Americana Boulevard.
Yes, ma'am.
No weapons, no firearms, or any ammunition. And I will stay the bond at 3,500, 250, and 500. You're out on bond in 2019 MM 6601AO. Revoke the bond and set that at none. Your attorneys can file motions for bond in that case.
State all the bonds.
Yes.
He doesn't have an attorney.
Huh?
He doesn't have an attorney.
Okay, I'll appoint, on the out-on bond, or they have it listed? Okay, I'll appoint the public, it looked like they had an attorney listed on the out-on bond sheet, but we're not sure. No, okay, so it doesn't look like there is an attorney, so I'm appointing the PD on the out-on bond case.
On
Okay.
that bond case, okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need the case number, Mr.
I
Shaw?
I have it on this. Thank you.
Where did we get that information? All right, please tell me your name.
Homero Robles.
All right, Mr. Robles, you're here in 2019 CF 13094AO. You're arrested for tampering with physical evidence. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender in 2019 MO 1591. You were arrested for an open container violation. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any witnesses in the case. Not to return back to 4100 East Colonial Drive, that Wawa, okay?
Okay.
And I am revoking the bond in 2000, or ROR, excuse me, in 2019 CF 6201AO. Does he have has it listed as he has an attorney? Okay. All right, and you do have an attorney, and they can file any motions with regards to bond for you in that case.
State the bonds.
Okay.
And I will stay the bonds at 1,000. Is it 250 and 250? All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Rufus Thomas.
All right, Mr. Thomas, you're here in 2019 CF 3288AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear at an arraignment on August 28, 2019. The judge revoked your bond and set that bond at none. Does he have the PD? You don't have the PD. Do you want me to appoint them to represent you?
I have a lawyer.
Okay, we're not showing that you have an attorney. Who'd you hire?
Miss Honor.
Who?
Miss Honor.
Warner?
Honor. Hey.
Oh, Miss
Warner?
Warner, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, she did file a notice of appearance. It's just not in Odyssey that she is the attorney of record. So, and actually, it's Rhiannon Arnold who filed a notice of appearance. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's not Miss Warner. It's Miss Arnold.
Honor. Yeah.
Arnold, okay. I think we're having a problem understanding. Okay. All right, Miss Arnold did file a notice of appearance on your behalf, and so she is your attorney. She can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you, but your bond is set at none at this time, okay?
Okay, thank you.
It's Miss Kennedy Swanson's fault. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael David Forche II.
All right, Mr. Forshee, you're here in 2019 MO 1592. You're arrested for an open container violation. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Forshee if he wanted to accept
Yes, Your
and
Honor.
resolve his case?
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. May I have a moment?
Sure.
Your Honor, my client would like to accept it and plead no contest.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Thank you. All right, Mr. Forshee, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
All right, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Do you have to impose court costs? I will order that you pay those by September 16, 2020. That gives you a year, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. All right, good luck to you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Luis Reyes.
Mr. Reyes, you're here in 2019 MO 1594. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. I don't know if the state will have an offer.
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication withheld, credit for time served. May I have a moment?
Sure. All right, Mr. Reyes, you don't have to accept the offer. It's a withhold
take
credit
it.
for time served. Okay, I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case, okay? But you have a court date coming up on the 27th. You know about that?
Yeah.
Okay, don't miss that. If you miss it, then the judge will probably issue a habeas and a
I
warrant.
got a question.
Sure.
They told me to take my license out, motorcycle. So, but I don't know how many time I'm gonna be in jail, but I have to get the.
Well, you'll be out today. It's a credit
Okay.
for time served offer. So
Okay.
just don't miss court on the 27th. I'm not gonna revoke your release, okay? All right? Gesundheit. 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 Do you need a tissue? Okay. Thank you. All right, Mr. Reyes, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? Is that a yes? I need you to speak out loud because you're being
Yeah,
recorded. Okay.
that's my signature.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yeah, I did.
You understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea? So there
Yeah.
won't be a trial, the state won't have to prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You won't be able to put on a defense. Those are the rights that you're giving up. Do you understand all those things? So you're
Can you
entering a
repeat?
plea and the case is over today.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, are you on probation anywhere?
No,
Okay, you understand if you're not a US citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I'm from Citizens, but I understand.
Okay, you
Yeah.
understand, okay. All right, I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit. I'm gonna withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I'm gonna order you pay your court costs by September 16, 2020, okay? That gives you a year. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. And again, not taking any action on your out on release case. Don't miss your court date on September 27th, okay?
All right.
Good luck to you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Alfonso Allen Reynolds.
All right, Mr. Reynolds, you're here in 2019 MO 1595. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Reynolds if you wanted to resolve his case?
Yes, Your Honor, and it's an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. May I have a moment?
Sure.
Your Honor, my client would like to accept it, plead no contest.
All right, Mr. Reynolds, I probably wouldn't go back to that Burger King.
Oh, never.
Okay, I'm just saying, you're probably gonna have problems if you go back there.
I
Okay?
just went there, just charged my
Okay.
phone.
It's fine, but I just wouldn't go back, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All
I
right.
understand.
Save yourself a headache.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Reynolds, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a US citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by September 16th, 2020. That gives you a year to pay them off. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. All right, good luck
Yes,
to you.
ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name.
Franklin?
Nathan Franklin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, Mr. Franklin, you're here in 2019 MM 7628AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Franklin if you wanted to resolve his case?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication guilt, credit for time served, no return. May I have a moment?
Sure.
And accepts the offer, plead no
Okay.
contest. Thank you.
Mr. Franklin, I'm showing you the plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
All right. Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yeah.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yeah, no
All right.
return.
Are you on probation?
No.
All right. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yeah.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit to accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Can't go back to 3975 South Orange Blossom Trail, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, okay? All right, you're never gonna win that, battle. You go back there, you're probably gonna get arrested again, okay? And I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order that you pay those by September 16, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck to you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
John King.
All right, Mr. King, you're here in 2019 MM 7623AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. King?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication guilt, credit for time served, no return. May I have a moment?
Yep.
Thank you. Your Honor, my client accepts the offer, no contest.
Thank you. All right, Mr. King, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Sorry?
No.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. Do you find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file? I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to the Motel 6 at 5300 Addison Street. You've been trespassed from there. If you go back, you're probably gonna get arrested again, okay?
Okay.
If you'd like to appeal the judgment, I'm gonna order court costs. I'm gonna order that you pay those by September 16th, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
2 days.
Yeah, you have 2 days credit for time served, okay?
Is that how long I've been here?
Well, they give you a little bit of credit for yesterday and today. All right, please tell me your name, sir. Oh, okay. All right, and Madam Interpreter? Okay, have you been sworn in? Okay, I'll have you sworn in.
Please swear to translate, from American Sign to English, English to American Sign. Yep, English. State your name for the record. I don't know.
I do the best of my ability. Julie Velasquez, National Guard.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, sir, can you please tell me your name?
It's Angel Ortiz Garcia.
All right, Mr. Ortiz Garcia, you are here in case number 2019 MM 7627AO, and you were arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause, and you didn't fill out a form for the public defender. Do you want me to appoint them to represent you? Or do you want to see if this, Okay, I'll appoint them to represent you. Do you want to see if the state has an offer to resolve your case?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return. May I have a moment?
Okay, and I'm not gonna take any action on his out on release case today, okay?
Client accepts the offer. Please, no contest.
Okay, and he understands he can't go back to the Marathon gas station?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Ortiz Garcia, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? Yes, it's my signature. Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form? All right, you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea? Yes. Are you on probation anywhere? No. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation? All right, I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You cannot go back to the Marathon gas station at 7237 Curry Ford Road. You must abide by all trespass warnings. And I'm gonna impose court costs, and I'm gonna order that you pay those by September 16th, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. And I won't take any action on your out on bond or out on release case, okay? Just make sure you keep in touch with any attorneys or that anybody has your correct address so that if you do get notice, that you're able to get to court, okay?
Yes, I'm in touch with the other attorneys.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Yes.
All right. Please tell me your name, ma'am.
It's Diana, as you say.
All right, Ms. Aziza, you're here in case number 2019 CF 11449. And you are arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was previously found for burglary of a dwelling with a battery dating violence, and stalking dating violence. And I will, do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I will appoint them to represent you. And count 1 is a punishable by life felony. State, did you want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, we do not believe the defendant is entitled to a bond. Based on count 1, the victim, Birdie, stated that her and the defendant were in a romantic relationship that ended approximately, I believe, 6 months ago.
sorry, the defendant texted the victim saying she was coming over to drop off items. The victim said to just throw them away. She heard the defendant outside of her home. She came out to the front porch where the defendant attacked her. She was able to break away from the defendant and walked out the front porch to the front yard. The defendant then grabbed the victim by both her arms, scratched her across her chest. The defendant did not leave the property until she was told the police were being called. The victim did not need medical attention. However, the officer did observe scratch marks on her, 3 red lines on her chest. Based on that information, Your Honor, I believe the defendant should be held at no bond. No contact with the victim, no return to the victim's residence, no weapons, no firearms.
All right, Ms. Haling, did you have any argument?
No, Your Honor, defer to the court.
Okay, and so you're reserving your right to an Arthur hearing downtown. I do find proof evident presumption great on count 1 with an escalating course of the offense of stalking. And so I am gonna hold Ms. Azize no bond on count 1. Her bond on count 2 will be 500, and it will be 500 on count 3. She's not to have any contact. Do we have a DV no contact sheet for this case?
We don't, I think we're-
Okay, that'd be great. So I'm gonna have her sign the no contact form once, the state's been able to print that, but she's not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. She's not to return back to the victim's residence at 1913 Baldwin Drive. She's not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Did I miss any other conditions? That was it.
And Your Honor, she is on probation, so
Okay.
she's the
She does have a 5-day hold because she is on probation at this time. All right, ma'am, did you understand everything that's contained within this no contact order form that you signed? Okay. And your attorneys can file a motion downtown with the judge in the case for a bond hearing. And that judge can decide whether or not they want to give you a bond in the case, okay? All right, I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming this morning. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Christopher Floyd.
Okay, do we know what happened to Dennis McCarthy? Inmate number 190, mental health. Okay, we'll reset him. You're Mr. Floyd? Okay. Mr. Floyd, you were picked up on 2 out-of-county warrants out of Brevard County. And looks like you have no bond on each one. And so Brevard County has 24 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. If they don't do so, then you'll come back before me, okay?
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Nicholas Partridge.
All right, Mr. Partridge, you're here, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County, and the judge did set your bond at $3,000. And so Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up. And if they don't pick you up in that time frame, you'll come back before me. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case. I don't know what happened in Seminole County, so just make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys, okay? All right, please tell me your name.
Marcos Azmat.
All right, Mr. Asmat. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant. Out of Seminole County, and the judge did set your bond at 500. If you can bond out, you can bond out. If not, Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up, okay? If they don't do so and you can't bond out, you'll come back before me, okay? And I forgot to tell the other gentleman that he can bond out, if he, but I'm sure he knows that. Dwayne Evans. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Dwayne Evans.
All right, Mr. Evans. You are here in case number 2019 MM 7590AO. You're arrested for criminal mischief and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't think the state has an offer for you today. Okay, so, you're not to return back to the Corona Cigar Lounge at 127 South Orange Avenue or have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And the bonds will stay at 500 and 100.
Your Honor,
Yes.
my client, is there any way that we can consider pretrial release here? He wasn't qualified prior because he was uncooperative during the interview. However, he was under the influence of alcohol and he had a chance to get that out of his system, and we were just asking the court if we could reconsider it.
I mean, I'll put or PTR if qualifies.
Okay. Thank
so,
you.
But he's gotta qualify and cooperate.
Is he gonna give us information because he did refuse? You have a contact person and a place to live?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do bond or PTR if qualifies.
Thank
Okay.
you, Your Honor.
All right. We have, All right, so, can you tell me your name, ma'am?
My name is Francois Seraphine.
All right, Ms. Seraphine, you're here in 2019 MM 6990AO, and your attorneys have filed a motion for release on your own recognizance or on the alternative to reduce your bond. Currently have bonds set at 500, 100, and 100 on count of battery, criminal mischief, and petty theft of 100 or more. Do we have any criminal history?
Yes, Your Okay, Your Honor, she has, Ms. Serafin has 2 felonies, 2 misdemeanors, 2 failure to appears. The last failure to appear was back in 2002. No incarcerations. Her last conviction was for a criminal mischief and throwing deadly weapon into a dwelling. That was back in July of 2018. She does have 4 other convictions for the criminal mischief, throwing deadly missile, and that's the only conviction she does have. She does have Florida arrest for battery, touch, or strike, no out-of-state convictions.
And you said her last failure to appear was 2002?
Yes, 2002.
Okay, and the conviction was 2018?
Yes.
All right, and, so, Mr. Schultz, your motion.
At this time, Your Honor, I'd like to take some sworn testimony from my client.
Ms. Seraphin, please raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm any testimony about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please state your name for the record.
Francois Seraphine.
Have you tried to contact family and friends to assist you with your bond?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to communicate with any of these people that you tried to make contact with?
No, sir.
Do you have a physical address that you'll be residing at upon your release?
Yes, sir.
What is that address?
5300 Point Vista Circle, apartment 101.
Will you be seeking employment through temp agencies upon your release?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree not to have any contact with any alleged victims and any potential witnesses?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree not to take any illegal drugs and not to drink any alcohol while on bond?
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and she, because the motion says that her address is a P.O. Box, so you're saying that her residential address is 5300 Point Vista Circle, apartment 101?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but it's not the 2024 Cabo San Lucas Drive, number 101?
No.
Okay, but same apartment number?
The apartment number is 101, but the street is 5300 Point Vista Circle.
All right, and State, did you have any questions, or Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, did anybody have any argument?
I'll leave it in the court's discretion, just that it's a battery charge, no victim present, Your Honor.
Mr. Scholl?
At this point in time, our case is there, Your Honor. No more questions, Your Honor.
Okay, well, do you have any argument?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, Your Honor, sorry.
All right, my problem is the last conviction is throwing a deadly missile and a criminal mischief, the same offense alleged in this case, which was not that long ago. And it is a victim case. And while her failures to appear are in 2002, they're still failures to appear nonetheless. So part of the motion here says the accused does not have family members or friends that are financially able to post a bond. She said she tried to contact people and never got in touch with anybody.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's
Yes.
different than what's in the motion.
Correct. I
Okay,
went through
all right.
everything this morning with her, Your Honor.
All right, and so she's made attempts to contact people and have?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, who she tried to who have you tried to contact?
A couple of my cousins and a couple of colleagues that I went to college with.
Okay, and nobody answered the phone? Did you leave voicemails?
I don't know if you can leave voicemails.
You
on
don't
those
know?
phones. No, ma'am.
Okay, meaning, I'm not sure. You called these people and you didn't get a voicemail?
Some went to voicemail. I tried to leave one, but I don't know if they received it or not.
Okay, and, well, I'm gonna stay the battery bond at the 500. I'll ROR her on counts 2 and 3, but I'm gonna stay the battery bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You need to make sure, Ms. Seraphine, if you do bond out, that your attorneys are able to get in touch with you, and that is your correct address, and the clerk has that address, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And the 33-day motion in Andretta Lynn Sermon, filed by Mr. Verrett, 2019 CF 11454AO.
She granted the state filed notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
That will be granted. All right, you guys ready on the 33 days, everybody? You need something? Okay, oh. All right, 2019 CF 11031AO, Devin Tyrone Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, that she granted the state filed notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
That will be granted. (2019) CF 11557AO, Devin Tyrone Lewis.
That should be denied the state filed information on 9/13.
All right, that will be denied. (2019) CF 11494AO, Gabrielle Acevedo.
That she granted the state filed notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
All right, that will be granted. 2019 CF 11611AO, Nathan McCall.
That should be granted the state filed notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
So it looks like his bond was revoked on August 28th, 2019. And so that will be denied. The proper motion to file is a motion to set bond in that division. Two 2019 CF 11495 AO Anthony Tyrone Wilson.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 11534 AO Vernon Demetric Hackney.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 11558 AO Damon Shelty Chenault.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 11402 AO Leslie Celia Marlowe.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 11441 AO Dexter Antonio Drakes.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
That will be granted.
Good afternoon, this is a Spanish interpreter connected on the line. Can you hear me? Good afternoon, Your Honor, can you hear me? Thank you.
All right, we are on the record. It is September 16, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 2. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Kathy Kennedy Swan on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Adam Scholl with Office of Public Defender.
Lakeisha Halen, Office of the Public Defender.
Okay, and we have the interpreter on the line. Ma'am, have you been sworn in?
Yes, Your Honor, I have. Flavia Rodriguez, a certified court interpreter.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
David Cruz.
David Cruz.
All right, Mr. Cruz, you're here in case number 2019 CF 13123. You're arrested for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement and domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case, and have you sign the no contact order form. Thank you. All right, Mr. Cruz, did you understand everything that was contained in the no contact order form that you signed?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, In addition to that, you're to maintain separate residences. I'll allow you to go back with law enforcement should you need to do so to get any personal belongings. You must contact them ahead of time. You may not go over there by yourself, okay? You're also not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. And if there is a Department in Children and Families investigation pending, you must comply with that. I do see that they would be notified. And your bond on count 1 will be $2,500. Count 2 will be $500. And does he have a 5-day hold? No?
He may be going, a warrant may be served, and that kind of probation is for battery with the same victim, which is
Yeah.
no contact.
Okay.
So he'll probably be back tomorrow.
Okay. All right, and so you may have a warrant for the violation of probation because you are on active probation for domestic violence battery. Okay. All right, I don't think we have any other interpreter cases. Madam Interpreter, I think that we no longer need your services.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good
Thank you.
afternoon.
You too. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
It's Kyle, K-Y-L-E, last name Cato, C-A-T-O-E.
All right, thank you. You're here in 2019 CF 13112AO, and you're arrested for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Does he qualify for
Your
pretrial?
Honor, we didn't at the time because we weren't able to contact, his family member, but if he could just verify before you're on his address, we'll just straight PTR. He has no priors.
Right.
If you could just verify his address before you would do straight PTR.
7145 Lake Drive, Orlando, Florida, 32809.
Okay, is that the address that you
Yes,
have? So I
yes.
can do straight
Straight
pretrial?
PTR.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in pretrial release. You need to just make sure that you comply with those requirements, okay?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Miderson Durlis.
All right, Mr. Dorlis, you're here in 2017 CF 5852AO, which is an on-view violation of probation for the new law offenses of possession of cannabis less than 20 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I do find probable cause for the on-view violation of probation. Your bond will be set at none at this time. I will appoint the public defender. Well, I don't have a form for the public defender.
Wait, can you repeat the bond part, please?
Your bond on the VOP is set at none at this time.
All right.
Do you have an attorney, or did you want me to appoint the public defender?
I do have an attorney, but I was waiting to see what you said first before I call him.
Okay.
So, do I have another court date or
Well,
do
on the
I?
VOP, you'll be seen by Judge Whitehead in a week to 10 days. So
Alright.
if you don't want the PD now, you can wait to see if you hire somebody. And if not, Judge Whitehead can appoint the PD for you if you qualify. But I think sitting there without a bond, unless he decides to give you a bond,
But I have to wait for Judge White regardless, right?
what Judge Whitehead? Mhm.
Yeah, I have to wait for him.
Well, that's for your arraignment.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you do have a new law offense. I am gonna stay the bond on the new law offense, and that's for possession of cannabis and drug paraphernalia in 2019 MM 7637AO. And the bonds in that are $250 and $100, and you can't, possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I can appoint the PD for you today, and you can hire your own attorney whenever you want, if that's what you choose to do.
Yeah.
Okay, is that what you wanna do?
You said possession?
Yeah.
Okay. But, so with my bond, I just sit here till Judge White tell me if I have
On
a
the
bond or
Judge
not.
Whitehead,
Yeah.
and the VOP is set at no bond. You have bonds in the other counts.
Yes, but my question is for the VOP, ma'am. I have to wait to see Judge Whitehead for him
Yeah.
to tell me if I have a bond or not?
Well, your attorneys will have to file a motion to set a bond, okay? So my question is, do you want the public defender or not?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you on both your cases, okay? All right, please tell me your name.
Troy Jerome.
All right, do we know what happened to Brian Evans? Okay, we'll reset Mr. Evans. All right, Mr. Jerome. And you're here in 2019 CF 13111AO, and you're arrested for possession of alprazolam. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and your bond will stay set at 1,000. There was also a bond correction on the Dwellis, Mr. Scholl. I don't know if you saw that. So it's supposed to be 500.
500?
So, in 2019 CT 6747AO, you were arrested for driving while license suspended. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and your bond will be set at 500. You can't drive without a valid license. All right, please tell me your name.
Bossy Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson. You're here in 2019 CF 2019AO, and you were arrested pursuant to a KPS for failing to appear for pretrial on August 13, 2019. The judge in that case did set your bond at none on each count. If you have the PD, you do have the public defender, and so they can file any motions for you in Division 16 with regards to getting you a bond, okay? All right, please tell me your name, ma'am.
Stephanie Jordan.
All right, Ms. Jordan, you're here in 2019 CF 13127AO. You're arrested for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I do find probable cause for those offenses. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim, witness, or the individual named Ellis B. Jones in the case. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I will stay the bond at 1,000 on count 1. Count 2, I'll reduce to 100, and count 3 to 100. Oh, thank you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Daniel Lavin.
Mr. Lavin, you're here in 2 cases, 2019 CF 13114AO. It's for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. In 2019 CT 6751AO, you're arrested for driving while license suspended as a subsequent offender. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office, and you can't drive without a valid license. I'm gonna put you pretrial release for each case, and you are subject to random urinalysis, so you need to make sure that you don't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription.
Thank you.
Right. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
McCormick, Willie McCormick.
Okay,
Lewis.
Mr. McCormick. You're here in 2019 CF 13108AO, and you're arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may not drive without a valid driver's license, and your bond will stay set at $2,500. You're out on bond in 2 cases for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. So clearly, you're not understanding that you cannot drive without a valid driver's license. And so I'm revoking the bonds and setting them at none in 2019 CF 75555AO and 2019 11542AO. And you do have the public defender in both of those cases, I believe, and they can file any motions with regards to bond for you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Jose Perales, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Perales, you're here in 2019 CF 13116AO. You're arrested for burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, and criminal mischief. I do find probable cause. I do not have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney, or do you want the public defender? Has he already been seen on the 1913121 cases? Is that set for today too? We don't have those. Are those supposed to be set for today? I was just wondering if he'd been seen previously and the PD had already been appointed, I don't know. But I don't have those cases.
I'm gonna print up the affidavit. Let me see if he.
So there's 2 other cases, 13119 and 13121. All right, so I'll deal with this one. Do you want the public defender, or you want to hire your own attorney?
A public defender.
Okay, I'll appoint the PD to represent you. And in 13116AO, you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You are not to return back to 3053 George Mason Avenue. And I will stay the bond at $3,500 on count 1 and $100 on counts 2 and 3. And I haven't had an opportunity to review the additional charging affidavits. Did you all have copies of them?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I do 13119 and.
So we have,
121.
yeah, 13119 and 13121. Excuse me.
So we should do that one first.
There's that one.
So they're tabbed.
So let me just review these really quickly. right, so I just read 2019 CF 13121AO. I don't have a victim, I don't have a specific vehicle, I just have that he admitted to entering at least 10 vehicles in multiple rows within the complex. He specifically identified 3 vehicles he entered. The victim of the burglaries stated no one had permission to enter their vehicles.
Can you get case number?
2019 CF 13121AO. I'm gonna read the other one. On this one?
The victim in that was
They're
Brenda.
both 3,500. Huh?
The victim in the 13121 case is Brenda Bonacci, Bonacci. Lives off of George Mason in Winter Park.
Okay, well, I know, but do we have a victim sheet or any?
I gave my copies so that Pete
Oh,
can read it,
okay.
so I can only read for 3.
Okay.
Yes, so on the victim, on the witness form, the officer's statement is the victim's information on that case. That was on the second, that's one she was written, yeah. And then on the other case, it's a Richard Reed, and there's also a witness form on that, the other case, the 13119. You're fine. Okay.
All right, I mean, they could have been better written affidavits, but there's probable cause for both of the offenses of burglary of an occupied structure or conveyance in 2019 CF 13121AO and 2019 CF 13119AO. And I believe, Mr. Scholl, you have the victim information?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
so, Mr. Corrales. All right, you're not to have any contact with any of those listed victims or witnesses in the case, and you're not to return again back to, I'm just gonna say, don't go back to the colonial condominiums, okay? And not to return back to anywhere on George Mason Avenue. And I will stay the bonds at 3,500 on each count.
Your Honor, he would like to ask you some questions.
So the last,
I just wanna let you know that prosecutor's sitting right there.
yeah,
Anything that you say, if you start talking about the facts of the cases.
no, I'm not gonna say nothing like that, man.
Okay, I'm just warning you, I'm just letting you know.
This is about, like, not so long ago, I came over here, right, and there was another public defender over here, right? And I didn't know that I had the opportunity to get pre-trial release that time, but I already had prior 2 felonies. So, look, I work, I missed my
I'm not
job.
gonna put you in pretrial release. And I don't think you qualify either. So,
How much?
okay, that your attorneys can file a motion to set bond, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Or to reduce your bond. All right. Come forward, please, sir. Can you tell me your name?
It's Brendan Ennis, Your Honor.
Do we know what happened to Louis Rivera? All right, Mr.
Your Honor,
Rivera. yeah.
if I may on Rivera, can I make a probable cause chart, probable cause for the cannabis? Even,
Agree to do a lesser included on count 1, Your Honor.
On count 1.
yes, where it's great, over 20 grams. The arrest affidavit in there, the officer states cannabis found on the scene appear to be more than 20 grams. He did not weigh the marijuana.
Okay. I mean, I feel like law enforcement officer could probably look at the amount of cannabis based on training and experience and find that it is over 20 grams, and then also it says probable cause believe that he's in possession of more than 20 grams. But if the state's willing to concede that, that's fine. It's not his biggest fish to fry right now. So, in 2019 CF 13117AO, are you waiving Mr. Rivera's appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and he's refused to come to court. I'll appoint the public defender. They've waived his appearance. So for count one, I find probable cause for the lesser included offense of possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. Jenny, do you know that specific subsection? 89313.
136B.
There you go. Thanks, Mr. Scholl. All right. 6B, and then possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver. The count one will be 100, count two will be 100, and count three will stay set at 1,000. He's not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not plugged in. All right, please tell me your name again.
Brendan Ennis, Your Honor.
Okay, do we not happen to Bryce Weir? Okay, we'll take no action on Mr. Weir. All right, Mr. Ennis, thank you for your patience. You're here in 2019 CT 6761AO and 2019 CT 6762AO, and you're charged with violating a non-resident, so you have to have a driver's license when you're not, been here longer than you've been here. And so there's probable cause for that, and driving while license suspended as a subsequent offender. And I do find probable cause for the second count as well. I'll appoint the public defender's office, and he does qualify for pretrial.
That should be crossed off. We were reading the affidavit and we had concerns about his mental state. I did send an email this morning to Dr. Branch and Helen Burns just to see if he's getting screened for mental health. He does have a mental health hold in place right now. I haven't gotten a response, so I'm recommending maybe a bond or mental PTR if qualifies.
No objection.
Okay, I mean,
I know it.
my concern is that if he was making specific statements that they indicate he was making, that they didn't just take him to Lakeside or Aspire, whatever, but instead brought him to the jail.
And he's housed in where he needs to be seen by mental health staff.
Okay.
So it was just some red flags.
I'm gonna stay the bond. I'll reduce count one to 100, and 500 will stay on count two. You can't drive without a valid license or mental health pretrial release if he gets screened and qualifies, but you're certainly welcome to opt to take the bond if you want, and you don't want pretrial release, okay?
Thank you.
And then Nieves bonded?
Pretrial release.
Oh, so it's admin pretrial release? Yes. Okay. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
That's Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones. You're here in 2019 MM 7639AO, and you're arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause, and you did not fill out a form for the public defender.
Yes, sir.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We don't have one for you. Do you know who he? Can we read it? I think he has the PD on the other cases, so. Oh, we got it, never mind. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Does the state have an offer for Mr. Jones? So the state's offering you credit for time served, just 2 days.
Your Honor, he would like to accept the offer and plead no contest.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Jones, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
Ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order that you pay those by September 16, 2020, okay? I give
Yes,
you a
ma'am.
year.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Now, Mr. Jones, why shouldn't I revoke your release?
Can't say nothing, ma'am.
All right. If I see you again, and I'm here, and you come back, I don't care what it's for,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I'm gonna revoke your release. You're out on bond, or out on release, excuse me, for burglary of a dwelling, violating your conditions of release, criminal mischief, and throwing or shooting into an occupied dwelling or structure. Okay, those are some serious offenses, punishable by some serious time.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
state hasn't filed charges, I believe, on either one of those cases. Okay, so I'm not gonna revoke your release today.
Thank you.
Don't make me regret that,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys. You don't have any upcoming court dates, but if you have any upcoming court dates, do not miss your court dates.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't wanna see you again,
Okay. Thank
all
you.
right? All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll be in recess until tomorrow.